You know, coming here as a young boy, what, 6.5 years old, after this insanely heroic type effort that you literally seen with your own eyes. I mean, your father on display. I mean, talk about an international incident. You know, taking place at sea, ditching the Chinook, jumping out, rescuing you guys, getting you guys to this ship, the USS Kirk. I mean, how did it feel growing up as a kid in America, knowing that your father was responsible for such a heroic act?
Just a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for what my dad and what my mom did and the sacrifice that they went through and all of that. I'm humbled. And not only that, but also just gratitude for the captain and the crew and the church here, the Christ Lutheran Church here in the Seattle area that sponsored our family. And immediately our family, and I'm sure many other families at the same time, boat people, all of those things that during that time frame had to quickly, assimilate, find work, find job, survive. We didn't think about this, at least for myself and my family, until all this whole Navy thing in the past 10 years and the documentary and discovering, just a year or two ago, my dad's old writing. And again, as I told you before, he enjoyed writing. He wrote, many stories about his military days and is published in Vietnamese newspapers. And it was his goal, it was his hope to at least put all his stories together in a book. And so this is one of the things that I wanted to do in the past year or so, was to honor my dad and put a book together for him. Book publicity, right? Book tour is through podcasts and through sharing. Yeah, thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sharing the story. It's one of those stories that I'm just so honored to be given this opportunity to be my dad's son.
Wow.
And to acknowledge, him and the crew, Captain Paul Jacobs, again, a very personal family story. It's my dad's, it's his story, right? It's history. And just humbled to be a part of it. The only thing that my dad regret this whole experience, the ditch part, was, it's a funny story. Two things. If he had, I asked, he said if he had to do it over again, the ditch, he would have told his co-pilot to at least keep the Chinook, steady for him, so that he gives him time to take off all of his stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, instead of him doing it
exactly. It's like, driving your car back then with a stick shift, you're holding a Slurpee in between your knees while you're driving, right? You're doing all these things. And the other part of that story was he wished he would have kept all of his ID, his military ID, because he needed all that ID to go through the paperwork and camp and everything else. But
I mean, that just speaks to your dad's character, service over self. He wasn't thinking of himself. He was thinking about getting everybody off that Chinook safely. And of course, hindsight's 20/20, but that's exactly what was going on with you, within your father's mind.
Well, that's the story of sacrifice, family first, others first. It's him. And if in my lifetime I can live up to his standards, I would die happy. But, I have my own ups and downs and struggles as well. My dad, it just, again, holds a very high bar, discipline, all of that. Stories of courage, sacrifice, resiliency, overcoming obstacles, betrayal, suspense. All of that's captured in his writing, in his book. Hopefully it's relatable, whether you're Black, Hispanic, that Asian. There's common themes of everybody's everyday types of individuals that we all go through, Right. This was just, again, his story.
Humanity at its best.
Yeah.